Hi everyone, it's Amy, and today in my kitchen, I'm making peanut butter blossom cookie bars. Now you may think of those individual rolled peanut butter blossom cookies as just a Christmas or holiday treat, but I'm here to show you that by making them in a pan, which is so easy to do, you can enjoy these all year long. They're not just for holidays and they're easier than rolling. So let's get started. First up, you're gonna need half a cup of butter flavored Crisco. Now, I like using the Crisco for this recipe because it really gives good texture to the cookies. And we're gonna add in 3/4 cup of peanut butter. Now, this is not the time to go healthy and use those natural peanut butters because they're too oily for this recipe. So just a good Jif or a Skippy, that works great. We're gonna mix that up until they're both combined together. You may need to scrape down the sides of the bowl once or twice just to make sure. Okay, once you have that nice and creamy and blended, just push it down to the bottom of the bowl before moving on. All right, we're gonna add half a cup of brown sugar to the bowl and half a cup of white sugar. While that's mixing, you're gonna add in 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of milk. You can use any variety of milk you choose. And of course, some vanilla extract. You'll need about 1 teaspoon. To this, we're gonna add our dry ingredients. You'll need 1.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. And now you're gonna mix just until it's combined. Don't overmix here. All right, it smells amazing, you guys. For today's bars, you're gonna need a 13x9. You'll line it with parchment paper. And I like to use binder clips to hold it in place. Just make sure you take those binder clips off before putting it in the oven. You're gonna pour your dough into the pan and then just kind of spread it around a little bit. You got a really sticky dough here. If you need to, dip your fingers in some granulated sugar to keep the dough from sticking to them. You wanna make sure it's pressed real evenly in the pan so when it bakes up evenly. Okay, once you have that pressed in your pan, you're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar and sprinkle it pretty generously there over the top. And now if you remember with the individual cookies, you roll each one in sugar to get that nice crispy outer coating. So we're gonna mimic that same texture in the cookie bars by sprinkling it on top. Okay, these are gonna go in the oven at 350 degrees for about 16 to 18 minutes. I'll be back. All right, our cookie bars are nice and brown. And the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna have your unwrapped Hershey Kisses and you're gonna immediately press those into the cookie bars just like you would when the cookies come out of the oven. And they're just gonna kind of sink in there a little bit. And that's it. You're gonna wait for this to cool for a few minutes and then you can cut into them and enjoy. Let's take one out of the pan and try it, shall we? Look at that. And that was so much easier than rolling individual balls. Cheers.